So here's the thing. When you were in WWE, there was this period of time where a lot of people were like, you guys need to push Claudio more. You guys need to push, well, Cesaro at the time. You need to push Cesaro more, push him more. And there was a lot of people vouching for you. And in that time, for you to go from how things were in WWE, where you were always sort of waiting for that like big moment to happen, for that push to happen, and now being in AEW, do you feel like you're finally able to really show the people who you are, and maybe something that you wanted to show when you couldn't when you were back in WWE? Like, what's the difference in terms of like what you're being able to show the fans?
So here's the thing. I felt like I was able to show the fans what I'm about always. And I feel that was the reason why they reacted the way they did and they supported me the way they did, because they saw what I stood for and what I represent, even probably before I realized that. And that's, I feel like, is the fan base. It's so loyal because they've been there for so long and they've seen, the ups and downs, if you want it. And then, when you kind of like get older and look back, but then you kind of realize, if you said like, there's so many people who are like, oh man, I wish this would have happened or that would have happened. Or, they just look at the peaks and they just look, what is the next peak? What is the next big thing? Like, why didn't I win this? Why didn't I do that? And that's what I kind of realized that, like, no, you need to enjoy the journey, because, you talk to so many people and they always say like, oh, I wish I had a better this, a better that, one more this, it's like the most successful people. They're always like, wish I would have had one more, like one more match, or one more title, or one more this. And I always think that's kind of sad, because some people never have that experience. But you can still be happy, because if you just enjoy what you have and the people you do affect, I feel that is very powerful. And then you also, like, I feel like, approach every day differently, because nothing comes for granted. We've seen it all, like especially this year recently with some people passing, and some people like I hope you get better soon, Kenny, right? I mean, that's not another thing. It's just life happens, and then it all can be over really, really fast. So I just thought like, okay, I want to do the best that I can with what I'm given at any time, because none of us ever have the perfect setup. Or if it happens very, very rarely. And even if we see people that we think, man, they have it perfect, or they have the perfect setup, or they have the perfect run, or whatever it may be, been around long enough to see that at any level there's frustration. At any level there is things that could be better. There's things that could be worse. So to me, I was just like, well, I have so many fans that are behind me. They brought the Cesaro section signs, which I'm eternally grateful for, because that was something that happened organically. And every time they wanted to plant it, I just told them straight up no. I was like, that's not happening, because I was like, I want that to be organic, because like, even if it's just 5, I don't care, but like, it will be better than 50 that were handed out. So that was always a cool thing for me, was like, that's something between me and my fans that nobody will ever be able to take away from me. And I rather look back at those memories and the stuff that we created, as in we as the people that watched and me as a performer, because that's kind of, you want to create moments, right? Like when I ripped the beach ball, like people still talk to me about that and people still remember that. And that's something that like, I did it and the people reacted, and that's a moment that people remember, and nobody can take that away, and nobody created that except us. So like, to me, that's as valuable as anything else. So I kind of started looking at my career like that, and I was like, okay, what's the most moments you can create with the stuff that you have under your control? So I kind of, to me, again, very long-winded answer to your question, but I always try to show the best that I can for the people who support me, and I continue to do that in whatever capacity I'm allowed to. And I feel like lately, with AEW, it's a little bit different. Things work differently. You have different creative avenues, and I feel like, for example, just recently in the Continental Classics, people loved the kind of like post-match interviews from a lot of the guys, and I feel like, that shows a different aspect, and it gave me a different chance to show a different part of me that people may have not seen before. So there's always some stuff that you want to improve, you want to get better at, and you want to show your fans. And to me, that's what you need to do. And I'm very glad that I had the chance to do that.